right, we got a couple of Desantos things that are, really typical for this clown. Number one, the state of Florida got $10 million um, from the federal government for a COVID response that was all supposed to go to that particular amount of money was supposed to go for testing, which, in my opinion, the schools, the businesses that could have stayed open if they would have had adequate testing. Um, you know, again, DeSantis is a criminal. He's as bad as Rick Scott. Not as blatant as Rick Scott, but he's just as bad. And here's another little thing that he's done besides, most of the other things are pretty obvious, not giving us the numbers out of the old folks' homes of people dying, skewing the numbers here and there, of the actual deaths, trying to call a bunch of deaths in South Florida. Oh, we just had an outbreak of pneumonia instead of calling it what it was, really is COVID. Uh, I don't know what the numbers are. They're changing all the time, but we're way in the hell up there. More people are dying every day in the state of Florida from COVID, and nobody's doing anything about it. Our particular area, people seem to be, wearing masks and doing what they can, and if their restaurant has a COVID person, they shut it down, and they are trying their best to trace. But $10 million that the governor is not putting into circulation for testing and contract tracing. I know that probably doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it's money that should be spent. It's ridiculous that it's not. Florida, out of all the taxpayer money in the United States, which like California gives like 200 billion and New York gives I don't know how many billions of dollars, into our government, and then most of these poor states that are like in the South take it. Florida takes $62 billion from the federal government. That's its welfare from New York and California, who for some reason don't have that problem. They all pay into it, and then the recipients of these democratic states are these Republican states that are too poor, or they're probably for the most part not too poor. They just have such corrupt officials that steal that money and put it in their pockets. And I firmly and truly believe that it's ridiculous. It really is just ridiculous. Again, these guys are DeSantos, and the people like him are just bullies and liars, and basically, like I've said before, they're criminals. They probably won't get locked up, but they should be. And forget Marco Rubio. That's a whole nother thing. I'm going to do a whole thing on Marco and Rick Scott. Hey, he's just a criminal. He blatantly stole millions of dollars. So here we are taking federal tax money to supplement the mismanagement of our state here in Florida, not to mention, above us, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Arkansas, Kentucky. They're all just losers, and we're all paying for them to be losers. It's just absurd, just to the point of absurdity. Well, I'll quit on my bitching about Desantis, although I could probably go on all day long, but I'll stop right now. DeSantis is a crook. Just period. That's all it is. Oh, yeah. Sorry. One more thing. At taxpayers' expense, he just sent the secretary, the main law enforcement guy here in the state of Florida. Let's see, the secretary of the attorney, state attorney, and sent him off to Pennsylvania on a mission to help, take back Pennsylvania and have the votes recounted. Really? He's gonna, after he's subsidized by basically Democratic taxpayers, he's gonna make the people of Florida pay for this clown to go up to Pennsylvania, where clearly Trump has lost, and use taxpayers' money to send our attorney general up there to fight for what? Nothing. There's nothing to fight for. Even the Republicans in the state, have been saying that it's ridiculous. It was fair. It was a fair fight. Democrats won. Stop it. So, DeSantis, crook, yes. And I guess that was not Obi-Wan, but whoever the little mousy guy was. Sounded like him, kind of. All right. That's enough.